What is up, guys? This is MC Squared, back again with another video. Hope you guys are having a very Merry Christmas and are preparing for a very lit New Year's, as I know I am. Here I have something quite interesting. It is a $14 smartwatch. That's right, $14. Now, you're probably wondering how well this thing works because, after all, cheap doesn't always mean the product will work as intended. With that being said, I'm going to try to look at the smartwatch with an open mind and not expect it to do all the things that my Apple Watch can do, even though it does resemble an Apple Watch somewhat, at least on the front of the box. Now let's go ahead and flip over to the back and see what kind of specifications this thing is supposed to have. Now, as you can see, it has a pedometer, phone book, and is able to make calls, sleep monitor, music control, pretty much everything that most smartwatches can do. Of course, the real question is, can it perform as well as a standard smartwatch? So let's go ahead and get right into it. Pulling off the front of the box, you can see that it's standard cardboard material, nothing too special. In addition to that, it has an instruction booklet in some kind of a foreign language. Don't expect to read this one. After all, it is just a smartwatch. I'm pretty sure most people will be able to figure it out. Now, as you can see, it's packaged in some kind of a plastic bag, which is odd. In addition to this, it's not the black watch that's on the front of the box, but that shouldn't matter because, after all, for $14, you're not really expecting for it to have a very good color. Anyways, as I go ahead and take it out, you can see that it actually looks pretty good. It's got a very nice white band and a very nice screen, and most people would look at it and expect it to be a pretty functional smartwatch. And you don't really get anything else in the box aside from a micro USB charging cable. Nothing special. So let's go ahead and clean up and look at the smartwatch in more detail. Looking at the smartwatch, we can see that it is a plastic build, and of course, it does have some pretty premium looking materials like a decent clasp and a flap covering the charging pin, which I initially thought was the power button. Now, this thing's probably not going to come fully charged whenever you get it, so you're probably going to have to make use of that handy dandy micro USB cable that came with the device. In addition to that, having a wall outlet and a power bank nearby actually kind of helps in this scenario. So, as I go ahead and plug mine in, you'll quickly see that I decided to use my handy dandy MacBook Air to go ahead and plug in the watch. Finally, it powers up, and as we can see, it's charging. And that quick 3-second charge should probably be enough. As you can see, it's got a fairly decent display. Nothing too impressive or something that's gonna wow the crowd. And oh no, low battery indicator, yikes. Well, there goes the watch. So, unfortunately, couldn't have it charged for this video, but let me go ahead and put it on just so you guys can get a nice idea of what it looks like on the wrist. And if I do say so myself, it actually looks fairly nice. Resembles a little bit of a smartwatch G-Shock, if you will, with that nice white band, which I will test over time and see if that eventually does turn and tarnish and get old. But for now, it actually looks pretty cool, and it is an impressive little smartwatch for $14, at least aesthetically, but only time will tell if it actually is impressive and remains as a fully functional smartwatch. So I will be testing this thing over the course of, well, let's say a week, and see if it can actually stack up to my Apple Watch, even though, like I said, I won't be expecting too much from it, and honestly, if it can just run, it wins in my book for $14, which is pretty good this day and age. So, as you can tell, a review is coming, and I'll try and get around to it after a week, but as many of you know, hectic scheduling sometimes doesn't allow for that. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video, and go ahead and tell me how you felt, whether it's with a like, dislike, or comment. Anyways, this is MC Squared signing off. Peace. Hope you guys have a good 2017.